The micro, small and medium-scale enterprises have been described as the engine room for national economic growth and development. However, the sector is challenged by several factors, including access to funding. My guest on this week's episode of the program talks about government's step to encourage the growth of the sector. Hello there, welcome to a new year and welcome to Dateline Abuja. I'm Gloria Umezuki. The Micro, Small and Medium Scale Enterprises Clinic is a program designed by the federal government to bring about significant and sustainable GDP growth, employment generation and increase in local productivity, thereby reducing import bills on food and essential products that can be produced locally. We'll be looking at the impact of the MSME clinics and other issues relating to the sector in our conversation with the Special Assistant to the Vice President on MSME. But first, what are the stories that made headlines within the week in the nation's capital? President Muhammadu Buhari has promised to ensure free, fair and credible elections in 2019. President Buhari, who did not address the nation in the traditional nationwide broadcast, said in a statement that elections need not be a do-or-die affair, observing that a large number of presidential candidates have committed to peace. Residents of the nation's capital joined the rest of the world to welcome the new year. Several of them were at various church services offering praise and prayers to the Almighty for the new year. The Anglican primate, Reverend Nicholas Oko, used the opportunity to urge young people to shun every form of electoral violence and resist politicians who may want to recruit them for thuggery.
Violence does not drop from the sky. People arrange it, particularly in connection with politics. So if anybody is arranging any young man or any young woman to go on for violence, he should be asked to bring his son or daughter, or he himself should come and lead it, so that whatever the consequences, he will share in it. I think that if we do it this way, then people will be less prone to violence. But if they continue to send innocent, poor people to go and die, after the event, they have nothing to lose. They go abroad and stay there on holiday and come back again to continue ruling.
The Independent National Electoral Commission has set up 2 ad hoc committees for the conduct of the 2019 general election. They are the Electoral Logistics Committee, which is headed by retired Air Vice Marshal Ahmed Muazu, and the National Collation Center Committee, which is headed by Hajiya Amina Zakari. However, the appointment of Mrs. Zakari has generated several reactions from the political parties, with the People's Democratic Party alleging that she is a blood relation of President Buhari.
Let me say categorically that she's not related to the president. She's from Jigawa State, the president is from Katsina State. Let me state this very categorically, that the responsibility for managing the venue does not in any way involve the collation of results. Under the Nigerian Constitution, I am the Chief Electoral Commissioner of the Federation and the returning officer in the presidential election. I'm not going to share that responsibility with anyone in the commission.
The activities of bandits in Zamfara State will not affect the conduct of the 2019 election in Zamfara State. The state governor gave this assurance after a meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari at the State House in Abuja.
You see, the people sometimes exaggerate issues. As I told you that there's no even a place where this place is occupied by these people, where people cannot move or cannot go. These people, they live in the forest, they come and hit and go back. We're there because life is there. If there's no life there, what is the essence of leadership? So therefore, I did not make it out of politics. I'm serious about it.
President Muhammadu Buhari has reaffirmed that the change promised Nigerians in 2015 remains unshaking until Nigeria is returned to its rightful place in the Committee of Nations. The president renewed this promise when he inaugurated the Women and Youth's Presidential Campaign team at the State House.
I am happy to tell you that you have made numerous landmark achievements, and the change remains unshaken and continues until we return Nigeria on track to assume its rightful place among the Committee of Nations. In carrying out this assignment, I expect from members of this team the same loyalty and support which you exhibited in 2015. Let us remind Nigerians about our plans. To all Nigerians, I appreciate your love and support. I hope you will renew the mandate you overwhelmingly gave us in 2015. Please do not be distracted. Our country is on course.
The hide-and-seek between the police and the senator representing Kogi West Senatorial District, Senator Dino Melaye, ended after 8 days as the lawmaker surrendered himself to the authorities. The police had laid a siege on the Maitama resident of the lawmaker, demanding his presence in a case of alleged culpable homicide. Upon giving himself up, Senator Melaye allegedly collapsed before he was taken away by the police. He was later taken to the hospital while the police continues its investigation into the allegations. A meeting between the federal government and the organized labor aimed at averting the proposed protest by workers next week has been adjourned. The meeting was facilitated by the Minister of Labour and Productivity, Senator Chris Ngige, after the workers vowed to embark on a rally to demand the implementation of a new national minimum wage.
We have not been able to conclude, and we have agreed to reconvene on Monday to be able to tidy up the process.
The Academic Staff Union of Universities says its members are free to participate as ad hoc staff in the upcoming general elections. The assurance was given by the president of the union at a meeting with the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, who had expressed concern over staffing for the elections because of the industrial action by ASU. The union members are usually deployed as collation and returning officers.
Even though we are not in a position now to do everything we were doing that time, we have assured them that we will not stand on the way of our members participating in the election as ad hoc staff.
Members of the Nigerian Union of Pensioners are asking the federal government to set up a Ministry of Senior Citizens. The pensioners made the request when they met with President Muhammadu Buhari in the State House. While highlighting the role of pensioners in the country, the president promised not to let them down.
To all those who work to bring us to where we are rewarded not only by the payment of pensions legally due to them, but by recognition and show of respect for their work and dedication.